Hello guys, so today we're going to learn how to install the automatic 1111 Stable Diffusion Web UI. So for those of you who doesn't know the Stable Diffusion Web UI, it's basically your local version of a text to image application. So you know those Mage.space or Clip Drop or Mid Journey or even the Bing Image Creator. So those are online services. This one you can use this on your computer, on your devices offline and with full privacy. So everything you do is just hosted on your device. It's up to you. You can do anything. So we're going to talk about the installation part. And before we begin, make sure that for best results, make sure that you have these two applications installed on your device first. So the first one is Git, and you just can search Git using Google and download for Windows. Right now I'm using Windows, and in most cases you usually use 64-bit, so you can just download the installer and install it. Just once you have the installer, you can just run that and follow the wizard. So it's just basic installation. Another one aside from Git is Python. So this stable diffusion web UI is running on Python. So you will need Python running on your machine as well in order to run this application. So here I'm currently in the 3.10.6 page, and we want to download the 64-bit as well. So I already downloaded it earlier. So we have here, no, sorry, this is embedded. I want to download the installer directly. So we just downloaded the Windows installer 64-bit. So I'm just going to run this because I don't have Python on my computer right now. And normally when installing Python, I want to always check this add 3.10 to path. This is to make sure that when you're running Python on your command prompt, when you type Python, it will actually recognize what Python is. It will know that you want to call this application and run something using this Python application. Git, however, is it's more of when you're trying to download something from GitHub. So this one right here where you can see our Stable Diffusion Web UI, this is the GitHub, and this is a repository. So if you want to download these files and eventually if you want to update your files because they constantly update this. So they just updated last week. So when you download it, you install, so everything is set up on your machine, and let's say in the future they will release a new version, so you want to update your version on your machine, you just need to run git pull and then you'll just update all your files. So it's very easy using this Git application. So now we installed Python. That's good. I already have Git, so I'm not going to run this installer. So what I will do is open my command prompt right here. And to make sure that we have Python already, so I'm just going to type Python and let's check the version. So I'm running version 3.10.6. Good. And what about Git? Now you can see that I can run Git as well. So let me just clear that. Let's go back to GitHub. So what you want to do is copy this version right here. So I'm just copying that and then going back to the terminal, I'm going to type git clone and paste what we have copied. And yeah, so you may want to go somewhere else. Right now, I'm having this on my user profile folder. You can also move that somewhere else, like let's say, let's do that actually. So let's go to, let's say, that's currently inside my user folder. So I have here, so you'll see here there's Stable Diffusion Web UI. So I'm just going to cut this and let's go to desktop. I'm just going to create a new folder here. let's say project. All right. And let's copy everything here. So instead of here using this terminal, what I'll do is I'm currently inside this stable diffusion. Let's just go inside. Yeah, we're currently inside this stable diffusion. If you want to run a terminal here, you can just go to this address bar and then just type CMD and then press enter. But right now we don't really need that. We can just easily run this web UI batch file. So web UI user batch file. So I'm just going to double click that and let it do the installation. So by the way, this may take a while because this installation, especially on first time you're running it, this will download a bunch of files. So right now we are already downloading 2.6 gig. This is the CUDA for PyTorch. So I'm just going to pause for now because this might take a while. Now we're just downloading the main model. All right, so now we are done with the installation, and you'll know that because after we download the model, the version 1 to 5 pruned human only safe centers. So you'll see here we have this running on local URL. So 127.0.0.1, so it's local 7 port, uh, localhost port 7860. So we're just going to go and control click on this following link, or you can actually just highlight and then right click in order to copy this link and open your browser. Now we have this. So this is the interface of the Stable Diffusion Web UI. And you'll see here, okay, let's count it, okay. And you'll see here, we have here only one model. And we can actually just type anything here. Let's just test. So let's say lifestyle photography of a woman in, let's say, of a woman like teaching. Let's just generate. Let's see what we've got. So this is a common problem when you're using like a lower GPU. So right now I'm only using 3050 and it only has, I believe, 5 or 4 gig of VRAM. And you'll see here now I'm running out of memory. So if you have a problem with your VRAM with your GPU, or if you don't have like any video card at all and you're only using um, CPU, you have, I believe there's an option here in the settings that we can just load this in CPU. Sampler parameters, interpret options. Okay, let me just, I'll probably just look into that in and then show it to you in another video. So for now, what I'm going to do is just some few tweaks. So for example, you want to, you can actually make it smaller. Let's say for now, let's just put this 300 by 300 just so we can proceed. And I'll try to generate again. And you can see now it's generating a picture and it doesn't look so good, right? So this is not really a picture of a woman teaching. And lifestyle photography. Let's say a pretty lady walking down. I think that's supposed to be pretty woman, right? Walking down the street. All right, let's generate again. Now I'm having LSS again. All right, so this doesn't seem right, probably because we don't really have enough computing power. What I can do is just close this and try to restart. So I'm just here in the command prompt, you can see we're having some kind of errors here. It's related to that out of memory error, so not enough memory. So I'm just going to Control C just to or just close this directly. And whenever you want to start your Stable Diffusion, of course, you're going to turn off your computer eventually, and you will need to restart your Stable Diffusion again if you want to use it. You can always just double click the web UI user. I'm going to do that right now. Double click and wait for it to initialize. Let's see, until we see that hosted on localhost 127.0.0.1 and then the port number. All right, so I'm just going to run this again. And we're back with default settings. So right now we can see the 512 by 512 again. So a picture of a woman teaching. Let's try to generate it again. Yeah, okay. So still running out of memory. 300 by 300. Okay, as you can see, this is not looking good. It's like a game in a family computer back in the 90s. Now you know my age. So picture of a woman teaching, and let's say realistic. All right. Now we're getting at least a face of a woman. So this default model right here, actually, if you have like a good, if you have like a good GPU, and you can tweak these settings. For example, here instead of Euler, maybe we can change into DPM to S caras and then try to generate again. You may have some different results this time. Now it looks like something, yeah, not good. So this default model, actually it's good if you have like a good hardware. But what we can do is download the different model, maybe for our specific use case. So to do that, you want to go to a website called Civit AI. All right, so this is where you can download these stable diffusion models. And you'll see this, these are pictures of examples of these models, what you can generate, yeah, in stable diffusion. So let's say we can pick this cyber realistic model right here. So this is a model and this is some base model. Okay, we can download this. You just click this download and we're just going to download the whole thing. So I'm just going to pause again. Okay, so we are done with the downloading of the new model, and we can find it here in our downloads folder. You can see here there's Cyber Realistic V32 that saved tensors. What you want to do is just move this to our Stable Diffusion folder. So I'm just going to cut this and go to Desktop, Project, Stable Diffusion Web UI, and you want to go to Models folder and Stable Diffusion. Here, we just paste the model. So we have here the 2 gig model we have, and going back to our Stable Diffusion web UI. So we still don't have that here in the drop down. So even if, let's say, if we refresh, we still don't have it. So what you want to do is just click this refresh button right here, and then we should see an additional option in our drop down. So you can actually download any number of models that you want. You can pick like good ones and then try them out. And then if it doesn't work for you, you can download another one. So sometimes if you open like one model and they'll, okay, this there are some tags. So this one is for NSFW and semi-realistic. And sometimes they will also put some settings here. So they'll say your sampler should be DPM plus 2M caras, and the base image size should be 512, and then CFG scale. So all these things you can modify this, the CFG scale, the width, the sampling method, right? So when you download particular models and then they have these kind of settings, you just need to follow that in order for you to have similar output like this. All right. So in our case, we're just going to use this cyber realistic. It's now loaded, and I'm just going to change the sampler method. We use Euler A for now, and I'm still using 512. Let's just remove these sampling steps to 10, so we can probably run this model in a smaller GPU. So let me just type like uh, woman standing chaotic city background. All right, and let's say gloomy. Okay, so let's click generate again. Of course, I'm just going to restore the spaces and then let's reduce this. Well, that's really gloomy. You cannot even see the face. Let's see. Let me just remove this. And probably we can increase it a little bit, right? 400 is 400. Okay. At least these are improving compared to the previous ones we have. And maybe we can try other sampling method. Let's try and click generate. Okay, now it's improving. So few tips. Let's say this one looks good. All right, let's use this image. So if we want to generate some more image with this and we just need to fix the face, for example, we can go and send this to image. So right now we're using text to image. We can go and send to image. So if we generate this again, what it will do is generate new images based on this original image. So now we're seeing some improvements right here. And it's still not so good though. So aside from this image to image, what else you can do is you have this negative prompt. So here, this is the prompt we use to tell the model what we need to see. And this is what we don't want to see. So let's say, what do you call this? Let's say bad anatomy. And then you can say that broken face. And let's say incomplete hands, these things. And then let's try to generate again. Yeah, that's the AI playing safe actually. So of course, let's not show the face so you don't see any broken face. And let's add another one. Let's say facing the camera, and let's do let's add some more details as well. So this can be like blonde, short hair, and what else? Let's go with that for now. Generate. All right. And let's type here realistic. Hmm, doesn't look so realistic. Okay, but you can, on your devices, you can just tweak all these settings. So you can go and tweak your prompt and you can also tweak your negative prompt, and you can send it to image. You can also have like in painting, if we just want, let's say in paint upload batch in paint, we can actually just download this and then use it in paint. Yeah, here. Let's see. If we just want to remove this, we just want to change this, right? Let's try one more time. All right. Yeah, this is not really going well. All right, let me just reset that. So but you get the point. So you have now the Stable Diffusion Web UI, and you can download multiple models as you want, right? And you can use this, you can just tweak your prompt, tweak the negative prompt, and you can also go back to text to image. You can also tweak all these settings. You can try restore faces. It's not really restoring, but probably it will work in some other combinations of other settings. You can improve the height and width if you have some good computing resource, and you can even like add this batch count. So if you want to like generate multiple images all at once, so you can compare them, which one is better. Okay, let's try this one. It should generate two images for us, and then we can just compare those images. So now we're getting better images. So we have these two. Okay, yeah, you can see here. So these are, so this is so you don't have to like generate and generate. You can use this batch count. Of course, this will also eat some memory. So if you have like better computer, you can have probably four right here, and then you can just pick one which you will find best, and then you can send that to image, and then tweak. Okay. So I hope you find this video useful. You can comment down below how you use this Stable Diffusion for your own project, okay? And I'm going to put in the description the links to here, like where to download the Stable Diffusion, um, the Civit AI, where you can download the models, and probably some resources where you can, which can get you started on creating really better prompt for your images. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.